a practical guide to overcoming your fear of speaking a new language. And if you know who I am, I basically am this person right here, and in 4 years I've achieved this. So I've achieved a good body, almost 22 months, actually 23 months right now of learning Japanese. I've learned English, I'm a Spanish native, and I went from 8 hours of TikTok daily to 8 hours of language learning daily. And all of this because of learning languages. And so the points of this video are going to be, I didn't speak to anyone and I became conversational fluent. And so until you are conversational fluent, you actually don't have the necessity of speaking to anyone. You have fear because you lack confidence. How you get confidence, how to make getting confidence maintainable, and the funnier you make it, the better, and of course, how to make it funnier. So, yeah. The first point, I didn't speak to anyone and I became conversational fluent. And honestly, this is the easiest part and I don't have anything to explain to you. You can do things like study the types of sentences that actually are useful for you. And how do you do this? Of course, you start talking to yourself. And whenever you start talking to yourself, you will notice, oh, I need this sentence. Oh, I need that sentence. And you can do this in your literally on your same language. You can start talking to yourself and you will notice, oh, that sentence I use that sentence a lot. And since you use it a lot, you will basically go and translate that sentence into the language that you want to speak it. And maybe you want to even ask ChatGPT the various ways in which you can say that sentence. It is literally as simple as that. This is the easiest part, honestly. Like, you will become conversational fluent. Like, you start practicing those sentences, you start like reading aloud, you start like speaking to yourself, and at some point you became conversational fluent. That's it. I don't want to explain to you a lot on this because like you will start overthinking about the things that you want, like about the methods, like all of those things. And honestly, just do it. Like becoming conversational fluent, yeah, takes some effort, but in reality it's not that difficult. And so as long as you put kind of like at least 1 to 2 hours every day on the things that actually do matter, in 2 months, 3 months, you become conversational fluent. It is as simple as that. Maybe you stutter your words, yeah, maybe you do this thing, that thing, maybe you don't speak all that fluently, but in reality, like in 3 months, 4 months, if you already have a good basis, you can become conversational fluent pretty easily. You have fear because you lack confidence. So it is normal, like every time will happen, but that fear will get reduced a lot. So what I mean by this is that maybe you have that fear right now, it's pretty normal. But like at some point, if you keep doing it, you will not have that fear. Why? Because it is just the fear of speaking to other people in the same language, like in the language that you're learning. And so for example, let's say that I'm learning Japanese, but like right now I'm in a level in my Japanese in which I'm conversational fluent. And so I can speak with anyone and it doesn't really matter because like I can communicate myself. And so you don't really have to go anymore through those phases in which, yeah, I cannot speak and I cannot literally maintain a conversation, but I need to speak because you don't have anyone to speak with, right? You don't have, like, 2 to 3 years ago, you didn't have any method to actually be able to speak instantly or get feedback instantly without literally paying anything. You had to literally pay a teacher for like to be your partner, right? You had to pay someone. Right now, no. Right now, literally, you have an AI which can be your partner, right? So that's the advantage that you have right now. So the only thing that you have fear here, it's not your ability on the language. It's probably more about your confidence, right? How you get confidence, sorry. Do things, literally. You can imagine that, I don't know, I was watching this anime, this baseball anime, and you can imagine that a person who literally is an athlete, and maybe, I don't know, he's learning a language because of whatever reason that he has. You can imagine that if he's actually a very good athlete, could you imagine that he has like very like small amounts of confidence? Of course not. Like that person will actually have lots of confidence because he has a strength on the he has a strength on the sport that they are practicing, of course, which is baseball. And so if you do things on a daily basis, you will get confidence. And this is the only way of getting confidence. You get confidence by literally having proof that you have done something for periods of time. It is as simple as that. That's how you get confidence. And so, for example, let's say that you don't make your bed first thing in the morning. Well, start making your bed. You don't, I don't know, bro. Like, you don't meditate, so you start meditating at least for like 2 to 3 minutes first thing in the morning. Let's say that you don't do exercise. Well, you will start exercising from now on. And if you keep doing these like little habits from for like 1 year entirely or 2 years entirely, then of course you will get confidence. And this doesn't really translate to the confidence when speaking. And so if you want to really get confident, like if you want to know the fastest path to this, it's just literally speaking with people. And so you can literally hop on into, I don't know, Hello Talk and find a partner in there. If you find that partner, literally the fastest way of getting confidence is literally speaking with that partner. There's no other way. You get confidence by speaking another language, by speaking the other language. But like, it's actually not that difficult as you think. So for example, with my English, I actually didn't talk to anyone until I had my first conversation in English, and actually I could maintain my first conversation in English pretty easily. It wasn't really a problem. Why? Because I have done all of these videos in English. I have done all of this, I don't know. I basically already talked in English for like more than, I don't know, 200, 300 hours. And of course, I'm going to have confidence in my English. Why? Because I have talked in English for more than 300 hours. And so it makes sense, right? How to make getting confidence maintainable. So it's actually fun to challenge yourself. And what I mean by this is that if you actually try to like make fun the habit of like challenging yourself whenever it comes to like speaking in another language, this will be what basically makes you like stop having that fear of speaking to people, right? And so how do you actually make fun challenging yourself? So you actually are not you actually have to like not be scared of being rejected, right? And so a very good habit for this, I don't know, if you're a man, a very good habit for this, or even if you're a girl, start literally greeting every people you see on the, of course, maybe not every person, but like at least 10 to 20 new persons every day. Whenever you go on a walk, whenever you go to your work, and whenever maybe you're, I don't know, at the cafeteria or something, or the coffee was the thing. I don't know, I don't remember the word, but maybe when you're at the coffee shop, you start greeting everyone. You say, I don't know, good afternoon in a very loud voice, right? And maybe no one says anything to you whenever you say, I don't know, good afternoon. But like, does it matter? You started being rejected right now. And so a very good thing that I have for you, I was actually talking about this with a girl, and it is that we're basically walking and we're basically like saying good afternoon and hello to everyone that was going through us, right? So you know that when you walk, you basically are going to a path, and there's people who are going to literally the contrary path, right? And so you basically, both people go through the path like this. And basically we were walking and we were saying hello and good afternoon to everyone. And whenever someone didn't say anything, we just literally laugh. Why? Because they are literally the weird persons are the persons that are not social. And so we were talking about this and we were saying like, okay, like those persons are actually very weird. Why? Because like, is it really that difficult to say good afternoon? Is it really that difficult to just literally answer a person and say hello? Is it actually that difficult? And whenever you get rejected like that, it's not because you are the weirdo. No, it's because they are usually the weird people, right? And so literally just start greeting people every day, maybe 1 to 2 new persons every day, 3 new persons every day. And if you're a man, of course, if you do this with girls, it's just way more difficult. And so I recommend to do it with girls too. So yeah, basically that's how you getting that's how you actually make getting confidence kind of fun, honestly, especially when it comes to speaking. And this is actually kind of like a filler, honestly. So think about what is actually fun for you. So for me, actually, when I talk with my family, it's actually, well, not with my family specific, but like with my sister or maybe with my cousins. It's actually super fun in the sense that I actually start telling lots of jokes. Maybe also with my friends, I also like literally start making lots of jokes. I start like making myself make like thinking as myself, thinking of myself as a kid. And whenever I think of myself as a kid, I start making like super stupid jokes, but like I literally cry because I'm like cry. How do you say that word? I don't remember. Like I start crying, but not because I'm crying, like because I'm laughing, right? And literally like that's really fun for me whenever like I start making something that is fun. And so how do you actually combine that activity that is really fun with something like speaking? And so you actually, in a weird way, you actually can take breaks whenever you talk. Like you can be talking, but like take a break and start talking to your family. In my case, that is something that I do. So I maybe study for like 2 to 3 hours, and then I take a break and I start talking with my family. I start telling jokes. Literally, that is the thing that kind of like refreshes me for me to actually be able to start again in the study that I was going to do, like the 2 more hours, the 3 more hours that I was going to do. And so usually you really have to think about the thing that is fun for you. And so for me, if I'm being totally honest, it can be very efficient, yeah, and it's super efficient, yeah, but like if I study sentences in a spreadsheet for 4 hours, it would probably not be fun, right? I actually do enjoy it, but like for 2 to 3 hours at maximum every day. But like, yeah, if I do it for like 5 hours, I'm just going to get kind of depressed, right? And so that is not fun for me. But like something that I enjoy a lot, of course, and you probably do too, is anime. So you really have to think. You really have to think about the things that are fun for you. If you don't really don't know what is fun for you, like I'm not talking about TikTok. I'm not talking about, I don't know, scrolling on social media. No, I'm not talking about that. Think about something that is fun for you in the language that you're learning. In my case, usually that is rhythm, usually that is anime, usually that is, I don't know, bro, everything that you think it's fun for you, like use that as a break, and usually it will make you refresh. It will make you basically be kind of refreshed, so you actually kind of are able to do that activity, like those 2 to 3 more hours of, I don't know, speaking or everything. So that's it for the video. Make sure to check the first 2 links in the description if you want to work with me in private. Right now I'm working with an Indian guy, which basically he's awesome actually, and he basically has all of these addictions to, like, I don't know, porn, maybe watching lots of videos in language learning, and it's actually awesome to be able to help these people because like it's the people that I actually care about. And I'm working actually with him for like totally on free, like on the free calls that I offer in the first link in the description. And so if you actually want to work with me in there, you can actually book a call and see how it goes for you too. And yeah, make sure you subscribe, leave a like, all of those things. Bye.